Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now today, the Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna was supposed to have an interview on Radio Jambo with the Gidi Nagost. Of course, the posters were shared earlier, and even Sifuna went on to share a prepared poster by Radio Jambo, which was sent to him. And this is what he had to say. Kesho Radio Jambo. He even tagged them. And this was the poster. Gidi Nagost Asubuhi, Edwin Sifuna, Senator for Nairobi County, Secretary General ODM and Deputy Minority Whip Senate. Hizo ni kazi kama tatu. Yani wewe ni Senator wa Nairobi, wewe ni Secretary General wa ODM, na wewe ni Deputy Minority Whip Senate. Kazi tatu. 7 a.m. Thursday, today, 30th April 2026. This was supposed to be happening as we are speaking now. Gidi Nagost Asubuhi, every weekday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Radio Jambo. You can see Edwin Sifuna's image. The reactions were there, more than 34,800 likes, 3,100 comments, people who shared 148. So already, majority of Sifuna followers and Radio Jambo followers were ready for this interview with Edwin Sifuna Leo. But then what happened? In the evening, Sifuna shared a message which confirms that that interview has been cancelled. It is no longer going to be there, with a reason that we have not been told why. So in the evening, this is what he had to share with his fans, to be aware that in case they don't see him or hear him on Radio Jambo, they must understand that he did not boycott the interview. Because there can be people who would think like that. It is because Radio Jambo management has simply, through Martin, who is the breakfast producer, cancelled the intended interview. Now, this is what Sifuna shared after he got a message from Radio Jambo. Ni kama simu imepigwa, haisuru, sasa naeza watch Arsenali wakipigwa leo usiku bila pressure ya kuamuka mapema. Poleni mafans wa Radio Jambo na Arsenali. He shared with some emojis. You know, when you are going for an interview, you prepare earlier for that interview. So Sifuna, rather than going to watch football, he was supposed now to prepare for the interview. Then wake up early in the morning, because if the interview was supposed to start at 7, for example, at the time I'm recording this video is already 6:30. So if it is to start 7, at least Sifuna should be there by 6 a.m. for the preparation there. So anasema ataenda kuwatch mpira alafu alale tu bila pressure. This is the message that he got from Radio Jambo. Good afternoon, Senator. Unfortunately, we are not able to run the Radio Jambo interview tomorrow morning as initially planned. This is due to unavoidable circumstances. What are these circumstances that are unavoidable, which they cannot tell the Senator? Apologies for any inconvenience. cost. Regards, Martin NK, Radio Jambo breakfast producer. That is the message. So this confirms that the interview has been cancelled, not postponed, cancelled. Now, one thing that I realized is that when Radio Jambo is hosting a guest, they normally share a poster earlier to show the next guest. But for this one with Edwin Sifuna, I have gone through their page. I don't know if they pulled down, but I have not seen any poster they shared earlier to confirm indeed Edwin Sifuna will be their guest. But they shared the information with Sifuna. By the fact that they wrote to him to confirm they will not have the interview, it means already they had reached out to him for that interview. So we were supposed to have that interview. So I'm asking a question, why did they just avoid to share the poster on their page to confirm? So from the word go, there was issues and disagreement on Edwin Sifuna's interview. And the question now we will be asking ourselves, is the mainstream media becoming biased when it comes to reporting and balance in dealing with the politics in this country? Because then, this was supposed to be one of the major show with the Edwin Sifuna after the super massive rallies that we saw in Kisumu and Vihiga County by Linda Wananchi group. Sasa ilikuwa wakati wa Sifuna kuja tuanza kudigest the situation there. But it has been pulled down. So Sifuna will not be addressing people. And people are now asking, who owns Radio Jambo? Because then it seems there is a call that was made. It is either a direct call from State House, and if not so, then close people to the president. And if not so, then some of the owners of this Radio Jambo could be beneficiaries or supporters of the president that are not comfortable with Sifuna being there. Because, you know, when you invite Sifuna, you must prepare, especially the opponents. Sifuna have a way of delivering a message. He can destroy you so badly. So, if you look, someone was asking, who owns Radio Jambo? So, it emerges that the owners of Radio Jambo is owned by Radio Africa Group, which is founded by Patrick Kwako, William Pike, and Kiprono Kitoni, with South Africans Lebesh Investment Group holding a big stake. Hao ndio owners. Kwa hiyo majina yote tumetaja pale, umesikia someone with the name Kiprono. So it tells you probably some of the close allies to the president were not comfortable with this. For the reason, number one, they might not get the business with the government. You know, we have this advertisement business. So they might have been bigger beneficiary from that. Therefore, hosting someone who is coming to punch on the hand that feeds you, for them, they have chosen to protect the person who benefits them, rather than giving the public what they need. That is it. So Sifuna will not be on Radio Jambo. But then, this one, I don't know if it's a score for Radio Jambo. Of course, it is not. Because even for Citizen TV to grow, they had to come out of the comfort zone and work independently, especially working with the opposition at a time when people feel that the government is oppressing them. I think that is what has helped Citizen TV. Ni hiyo ndio imewasaidia kuwa mahali ambapo wako. At some time they lost the business, but they had the people. That's why Citizen is big. But for Radio Jambo, you fall for the pressure, you want to please your master, then it is very easy now to be branded like KBC. Yo KBC ukiona unajua hii ni mali ya serikali, kwa hivyo hakuna kitu wanaweza, mara nyingi kile watafanya ni kufunika uchi wa serikali. So that is what the question, the question that Radio Jambo should be asking themselves. Are they there to protect the government or to say things as they are? When they become so choosy on who to interview and who not to interview. So those who are preparing this show, did they consult their people so that it's very clear that before they post or invite someone, their masters are aware that Sifuna ndiye anakuja? So it tells you there is also panic and worry by the state with having Sifuna. Sifuna has made them to be so worried. And that's why they will be trying to use every means possible to deny Sifuna airtime. But not every station will do that. Those who will welcome Sifuna will be so friendly to the people. Just like Raila Odinga. Whichever station fought Raila Odinga, it became unpopular. And for those who stood with him when he is right, they got a chance to grow and become so popular and become the real mirror of the real situation that people are going through. This social media ni kioo cha jamii. I don't know your views, but the event has been cancelled. Let us meet in the comment section to continue with our discussion.